Writing a good cover letter is a crucial step in the job search process, yet many people don't write one or put in the time to write an effective one. The point of the cover letter is to give a bit of an introduction to who you are, your interest in the position, and why you think you make a good fit. This video will give you a few tips and tricks on creating a good cover letter, and will give you things you absolutely need to mention if you want your cover letter to stand out from the hundreds of other job seekers. You can start with a cover letter template if you'd like. There are a bunch of free templates on Microsoft Word and available to download from the internet. So let's take a look at how a cover letter should be formatted. You will want to try to keep your cover letter between half a page to 2/3 of a page long. It should not be as long as your resume and should never be longer than a page. The first thing on a cover letter will be the header. The header should have your name, contact number, and email similar to the header on your resume. Also, if you have a LinkedIn, you can add it here as well. Below that, you can also add the date if you would like. You will want to start off with the name of the recipient and his or her title, such as Dear and the name of the hiring manager if you know it. If not, it is fine to leave it out, but try to make an effort of finding out the hiring manager in charge. Most employers spend less than a minute going through your resume and cover letter, so the opening line of your cover letter will determine whether the hiring manager will read on. You need to make sure your cover letter introduction will attract and hold the hiring manager's interest. There are a few different effective strategies for your cover letter opening. You can highlight your achievements, show how well you know your prospective employer's needs, or base the intro on your enthusiasm. The next paragraph will begin by stating a brief summary of your qualifications for your interest in the position. You can go ahead and list a few of these qualifications in a bulleted format if you'd like. Remember that you want to stand out from the hundreds of other candidates that are applying for the job, so don't just give a few examples of what you did in your last position. Show how you went above and beyond. You don't want to repeat too much information that your resume is going to cover, but covering a few experiences like this will encourage the reader to look into your resume in more detail. You will want to close with a few sentences on why you feel you're a good fit based upon your qualifications. After this bit of information, all you need to do now is put a formal closing at the end. Write sincerely and follow it with your full name. Adding your handwritten signature is optional, but it's recommended for more formal cover letters. If you're not a fan of the well-worn sincerely, you can go ahead and use other examples such as regards, thank you, yours truly, or whichever you see fit. Then below that, it is a good idea to repeat your basic contact information, such as your LinkedIn profile, email address, and telephone number below your sign-off. Remember to edit and proofread your cover letter before sending it. It may sound silly, but make sure you include the correct employer and company names. When you write multiple cover letters at once, it is easy to make a mistake. Printing out and reading the letter aloud is also a good way to catch small typos, such as missing words or sentences that sound odd. One spelling or grammar mistake can be all it takes to turn off the hiring manager, especially if writing skills are an important part of the role you're applying for. Another tip I can give you is to send your cover letter in a PDF format. Using a PDF format is usually best because if you are submitting a Word document version to an employer online, that particular employer may have an older version of Word, and the formatting could look completely different on his end. So with a PDF version, this would solve that problem. So as you can see, it is not at all difficult to write a cover letter. Just a quick showcase of why they should hire you and why you stand out above all other candidates. So again, use these tips as you wish. I hope this video has helped you, and good luck on your success.